So next, let's queer up health. Significant drop in HIV infections among men aged 13 to 24, revealed in latest CDC report. According to newest data from the CDC's HIV surveillance supplemental report, HIV infections among men dropped an estimated 12% from 2018 to 2022, with the largest decrease among men aged 13 to 24. Among men aged 25 to 64, there was no change. The 25 to 34 age group accounted entirely for the overall decrease. Data on men over 65 was considered unreliable, though the study noted that infections in this group seems to be low. Black men experienced the largest decrease in HIV infections with an 18% drop, yet they still had the largest number of infections overall in 2022. Regionally, the South saw a 16% decrease, while other areas had no change. The most significant reduction from 2018 to 2022 was among men aged 13 to 24, with a 30% decrease in HIV infections. In the recent CDC report, it was discovered that over 80% of individuals diagnosed with HIV accessed care within a month of diagnosis. Additionally, 65% achieved viral suppression in 2022, potentially explaining the observed change. A 2023 CDC study revealed a 12% drop in HIV cases among young people from 2017 to 2021, mainly affecting gay and bisexual men aged 13 to 24. The HIV and Hepatitis Policy Institute highlighted the decline as positive, but emphasized persistently high rates, casting doubt on U.S.'s ability to achieve CDC's 90% HIV transmission reduction goal by 2030. First, I think we should acknowledge those from the activists from the 80s and 90s who screamed and yelled and protested for HIV research to even just
when Reagan wouldn't even say the word.
Exactly. When Reagan wouldn't even say the word HIV and AIDS, and then thanks to projects like Ryan White, thanks to projects like ACT UP, and then also, of course, these donations and activism also lead to scientific advances, which is now why we now have post-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP, or and every LGBTQ plus health organization is now giving out PrEP programs. Yes, and all these are cumulatively causing this this generation of young people to have a decrease in infection rates. And I think that's really, really awesome.
Yeah, well, I have to say that I've been a part of Smart Ride for a couple of years, right? I love Glenn Weinzimmer and his whole platform on HIV/AIDS, and people hope that we can eradicate this by 2030, by 2040, right? And PrEP, a lot of my gay boys use that, and don't give a shit, and don't even care if someone has something or not, right? That's like their get out of jail free card, So these stats make me, give me hope for the future. South Florida is not number one in anything, but it's number one in Black and brown women having and contracting and being diagnosed with HIV/AIDS. So if this number has gone down with our Black and brown brothers, then that makes me happy. Unfortunately, also the time of this study is during COVID, also. So I don't see how realistic this study is because a lot of people were being safe. A lot of people were not, right? Bobby. Okay, a lot of people were doing with their masks on.
Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me?
But it gives me hope. Right? It gives me hope. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, going back to previous generations, I think it's really helpful for them to see now current data of young people that it's going down. Yeah. Or what was it, 2 years ago, where we saw that in the heterosexual community that they had higher rates of HIV for the first time at record highs. And it also just raises more awareness and education to the conversation, especially with women and women of color, where it's less about sexual transmission and more about access to medical care.
Right. Yeah. Right? Resources.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, I know on the show About a week or so ago, we talked about how some of my fellow geezers incorrectly assumed they were immune to STIs. They are, of course, wrong.
Why would they be immune?
Well, I don't know.
For being old?
Yeah, they just thought that
That just
over a certain number, they thought they were safe. And I was like, wrong. However, this study does give me hope that young people, you youngins out there who are leading the decrease in HIV infections, will be smarter than some of the fogies out there. So keep up the good work.
Actually, fun fact about the elderly and STI. Do you know that the villagers, the notorious conservative
And straight people, all straight people.
Exactly.
And all straight people putting loofahs on their golf carts. That's what it is. Wash those loofahs, people.